throws to Julius Jones and to Marion Barber, and them being able to pick up pretty good yardage after the catch.
I think Marinelli's wondering why Sean Rogers keeps checking out of this game. Every time we look down, Rogers is coming to the sideline.
Yeah, I think he knows the answer to that one.
2nd down and 2. Romo throws, guns it, 1st down. Hurd on the catch. I mean, here's a game, Troy, where the Detroit Lions need Sean Rogers on the field. They're up by 6. Dallas is moving. Sean Rogers keeps coming to the sideline, and he's standing there with his hands on his hips, their best defensive player, while the Cowboys are moving down the field.
Well, he's just not in shape. I mean, you look at him and he's just tired, and when you're tired, then you don't give great effort, and if you can't do that, he probably shouldn't be on the field.
1st down at the 30. Romo out of the shotgun. Throws, end zone. Creighton out of his reach.
You know, right now you go back to the missed field goal by Hansen and just, you know, how big that miss was. I mean, you're talking about now a 6-point game, 1 possession, 1 score by the Dallas Cowboys on a touchdown, and all of a sudden they take the lead as opposed to it being a 9-point game.
Here's the miss by Hansen moments ago on a 35-yard try. 2nd and 10, Dallas down by 6. Romo, Julius Jones to the 25. 5 yards short of a 1st down. Ernie Sims on the tackle for Detroit.
Yeah, and that is one thing that the Lions have done a better job of this year, or this game, than what they did last week, and that is, you know, making tackles. And, you know, you give the ball to an underneath guy, you got to be able to come up and make a play and create this meaningful 3rd and 5.
Underneath, there's Witten again. A big 1st down for Dallas to the 17-yard line. And now Sean Rogers will come back onto the field for Detroit. An 8-yard completion.
Yeah, the Lions go with a 4-man rush, and you can see that the linebackers, as well as Travis Fisher, you know, they want to stay deep. They don't want to give up the big play. They've seen all the film of these guys making big plays. They lead the NFL in plays of over 20 yards. They don't want to give that up, and that's why, again, it looks so easy for Jason Witten.
Underneath, it's Creighton with a catch, and he dives to the 5. 1st and goal from the 5 for the Dallas Cowboys.
You got Sean Rogers in the middle, and the Cowboys are going to put 2 guys on him, Leonard Davis as well as Andre Gerard, the center. Just hard to get a push there. Leonard Davis and Sean Rogers actually were suite mates at the University of Texas. They know each other very, very well. And you throw underneath there to Patrick Creighton, and it's just with what they're doing right now offensively, Detroit doesn't have an answer for it.
1st and goal from the 5 when we come back.
And Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
best college football action live on NASN.
Moments ago, Julius Jones lost a left contact lens, flipping out onto his glove. Got a chance to put it back in as Paris Lennon hobbled off the field. That last injury timeout. First and goal from the 5. Dallas down 6, and first and goal from the 10 is Jason Witten, who has 10 catches.
82 offense. 5 yards. It's first down.
Not much to quarrel with on the day for Witten, however, who has tied his career high with 10 catches. It moves it back to the 10-yard line, and that is only the 3rd Dallas penalty of the day. Play clock. They're not going to get this play away. Timeout Dallas. So they took too long in the huddle, and they have to burn a timeout. And so we welcome you back inside our booth. You know, you look at what Dallas is doing offensively. They got 21 points. They're going to, you know, either go to the end zone here or end up with a field goal try. You would think that's enough to beat the Detroit Lions, but the Lions have played very well offensively. The Dallas defense has had a tough time stopping them so far today.
Yeah, no question, Joe. I mean, the Cowboys obviously looking to get a touchdown here, but based on what we've seen, you know, today of Detroit and the way that they're doing it, you know, the last drive they had was over 5.5 minutes long. And so even if the Dallas Cowboys score here, Detroit, if they can run the football and do all the things that we've seen them do, you know, throughout this game, they could take the time off the clock and still win and not give the ball back to the Dallas Cowboys. And obviously that's what they would be trying to do. But first, Dallas has to be able to score a touchdown on this possession.
They have it first and goal from the 10. Romo throws. There's Witten again. And Witten is to the goal line, not in. Second and goal. The ball came out. Cowboys are saying that Witten was down. There is no signal yet from this crew.
We'll take a look and see if the ball does come out. If his knee is in fact down when it does. If the ball's coming out. Wow.
They have said that Detroit gets the football because of a Jason Witten fumble. And it looks to me like the ball's coming out before his left knee is down. Then Witten has a chance at the ball in his belly, but there's Greg Blue again in the right spot at the right time, getting the football.
Now you talk about a change of events. I mean, it looked initially like Jason Witten was down, but as the replay clearly showed, the ball was coming out before his knee went to the ground. You know, as he's extending the ball out, trying to get it across the goal line, it's knocked loose.
And so Witten, who has a new career high with 11 catches, and now timeout is taken. It may have been taken by Dallas. They do take a timeout. They didn't have enough guys out on the field. So that's 2 timeouts.
I couldn't tell if it was that or if he's actually trying to challenge the call. You know, but I can understand where Rod Marinelli is. I mean, the ball was snapped, and we'll have to determine whether or not the Cowboys called timeout prior to the ball being snapped. But obviously, that's frustrating for Rod Marinelli. You know, after you have a run like they just had to get the ball off of the goal line. But I thought that Wade Phillips was calling timeout to try to review the play more so than trying to get someone else onto the field.
I think that's a good point. I think the other side of it, though, watching Dallas line up defensively, they looked confused and not. I don't know if they had enough men on the field, first of all, but you look at that, and I think every look we have of it, Witten does fumble.
And I think you're right, Joe, because looking over there, Wade Phillips, there's no red flag. I mean, there's no flag on the ground. And so We've seen a lot of games this year with timeouts being called when offenses didn't know that they were being called.
We had one last week. Here's Jones, and there's Henry. What a good play. Anthony Henry turned it into a 4-yard gain instead of something really big for Detroit.
Yeah, they've really missed Anthony Henry not being 100%. You know, he's very limited in how much playing time he gets. Yeah, but that was a good stop right there, and actually a pretty good run as well. I mean, if you're Detroit and you look at that run, you say, hey, now we're in 2nd and 6. You know, we can do some things. But for the Cowboys, obviously they need to make a pretty important stop on this possession.
Confusion, and Jones is at his own 1. Kitna went staggering back there, and they didn't know which way they were going, and it takes the ball back to the 1-yard line and makes it 3rd and 10 again.
Yeah, you got Kitna, who thought that he was going to keep going underneath him on a counter action handoff, but Jones slowed up in the hole, you know, right there. And a big part of that was because of Jay Ratliff, who just beat his man and was right there almost expecting the handoff himself. And now you had given your punter room to punt, but backed up now on the 1-yard line. You know, it would be a short drop for him if they don't get the first down.
Just a 4-man rush. Kitna throws, and the pass complete to McDonald. That's a big first down for the Lions.
Tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to be able to drop back at that point on the field and then just turn this ball loose. And a good route by McDonald. You know, you saw Henry playing inside technique and inside leverage. It's then difficult to cover the outside breaking routes. It was a good call by Mike Martz. And it looked like Anthony Henry was expecting a little bit more help underneath.
First down at their own 14. Penalty flags fly at the start of the play. And a 3-yard gain as TJ Duckett goes up the middle.
Illegal shift on the offense. 49 in motion as 64 is going down. 65 is going down. 5 yards. Repeat, first down.
They say the number 65, and it makes you think about Damian Woody, who had played only guard and center in his time with New England and Detroit. Lost his job at guard here with the Lions. Didn't pout about it. Now he's out at right tackle, and he looks like a big difference maker up front.
I agree. I mean, they're playing very well today against a good defensive front. Damian Woody, who had never even played tackle until last week, is holding up very well in this game.
Look at the play selection and the balance. 30-30 run and pass. On first down, backpedaling. The throw is completed out to McDonald. And McDonald is at the 16-yard line, a gain of 7.
I'll tell you what, John Kitna, he's hanging in there pretty good. You know, he's making some good throws, and Jason Garrett talking to Tony Romo about if they're given another opportunity to get onto the field and take a shot. And in order to do that, the defense cannot give up any points, but more importantly, they got to get the ball back to their offense here pretty soon.
Cowboys have already had to burn 2 timeouts. Rolling right is Kitna. Nowhere to go, and he throws it away. Looking for Sean McDonald. Well covered by Hamlin with Newman underneath. And that stops the clock, importantly for Dallas, 3rd and 8.
It was a good job by Kitna just getting rid of the ball because there was nowhere to go with it. But like you said, Joe, for Dallas only having 1 timeout, you know, even on the previous play when they had the completion and they go out of bounds, it stops the clock. And so even though they've been able to move the ball a little bit on this possession because they were backed up, they haven't taken much time off the clock.
Cowboys do not have a takeaway today. They've gone 15 straight games with at least 1 takeaway. Kitna throws, completes. McDonald first down. Out to the 36. 19 yards and a big 3rd down completion.
Well, this is some of the route combinations that Mike Martz's offense are known for. They go stack position, and if you're a defender, you're wondering, okay, who do I have? And you got McDonald, who's got that kind of speed, and here he is threatening Jock Reeves up the field. And when McDonald turns around, it's just a pretty clean lane. I mean, some of those route combinations that Mike Martz likes out of the bunch sets are very, very difficult to defend.
We welcome in a new audience here to Detroit. And as you look to the top of your screen, how about that score? 27-21. The Lions are on top with just over 3 to play. And this has been a marvelous day for the Mike Martz offense of the Detroit Lions. Tony Romo, 223 yards. Marion Barber. But then Kitten at the bottom has not been sacked. And the running game for the Lions has been sensational, with 153 yards on the ground. A huge upset in the making here in Detroit. Jones is hit behind the line of scrimmage. It's Ratliff up the middle.
And I think the big statistic that the Lions are going to look at as to why they've had the success they've had if they do go on to win this game is how good they have been on third down. They came into this game, Joe, second worst in the league on third down offensively. Today they've converted just under 60%. None more important than the last third down they converted to keep this drive going.
Well, they're going to be faced with another. Here are the second half highlights. Kevin Jones barreled it in to add to the lead. Barber on 4th and goal from the 1 punched it in. A missed field goal by Jason Hanson from 35 yards out. Kept it a 6-point game, which is what it is right now. And moments ago, for the audience just joining us, Jason Witten made his career high 11th catch of the game, but fumbled just outside the goal line to turn the ball back over to Detroit. And now the Lions have it, faced with a 3rd down and 9 with 2.5 minutes left, and Dallas is out of timeouts.
And this is the game. I mean, this is the game for the Detroit Lions and the Cowboys. I mean, if the Lions convert here, the game's over. The Lions will take a knee. The Cowboys have no timeouts. And so if the Cowboys are going to have any opportunity to win this game, they've got to stop them here on third down.
A blitz coming from Dallas. Finally, pressure on John Kitna. It's incomplete, and with 2 minutes 22 seconds left, the Cowboys are about to get the ball back.
And there's still plenty of time. And as I've said, you know, Tony Romo is so good in these situations in no-huddle offenses. He's done it time after time and given his team a chance to win. And I know John Kidna and Rod Marinelli and Mike Martz are still thinking back, as Hanson is, to the missed field goal.
The punt by Harris is a good one. Patrick Creighton will watch it sail out of bounds, so no return. With 2 minutes 15 seconds left, Tony Romo, without any timeouts, will start at his own 17, needing to get the ball into the end zone. 46-yard punt there by Harris. No return.
Well, and Rod Marinelli told us when we were here a couple of weeks ago that last year they lost 9 games in the last 2 minutes of ball games. And so he said that going back to the offseason, as soon as they began training camp, every single day they have worked on the 2-minute offense, 2-minute defense, and now is their chance to see if it's paid off.
2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Dallas, no timeouts remaining, trailing by 6. The Cowboys have only lost to New England. Underneath, it's Barber. And Barber cannot get out of bounds. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning here in Detroit. Keith Smith on the tackle. A gain of 6. Second down for Romo when we come back. 2 minutes left in Detroit. Lions trying to get over the 500 mark, leading by 6.
No team was as active in the offseason as the New England Patriots. The addition of wide receivers Wes Welker, Dante Stallworth, and Randy Moss give all-world quarterback Tom Brady numerous downfield targets. Stallworth and Moss give Brady the deep threat that the Patriots have lacked in recent years. And Welker adds explosiveness in the return game. With Brady at the helm and so many weapons to choose from, the Patriots offense should dominate in 2007.
The greetings are different. The need to feel welcome is the same. You don't just stay here, you belong.
Watch all the top teams playing in the biggest games in the best North American sports leagues all year round, only on NASN. See the Super Bowl, the World Series, the Stanley Cup Finals, college football's Bowl Championship Series, March Madness, the Arena Bowl, the Grey Cup, and the NASCAR Busch Series. Plus, enjoy a packed schedule of regular season action, playoff games, and leading sports programming. NASN is your home for North American sports. Log on to NASN.com for information.
Kitna, who guaranteed 10 wins this season during the offseason. His team needs to win the last 4 to get there. Up by 6, 2 minutes left, 2nd and 4 Dallas. Pass underneath and too short for Sam Hurd. Tony Romo had Marion Barber wide open short of that to try and pick up the first down. It's 3rd down and 4.
And they got a little pressure on him off the edge. Jared DeVries getting around Colombo. Again, Colombo's just not healthy. He's not able to get out of his stance. And Romo feeling that, he had to get rid of the ball a little sooner than what he wanted.
Dallas has scored at least 24 points in every game. They're going to have to get past that today to win. 3rd and 4. Pass to Witten. Catch number 12. Hangs on to the ball out to the 36. First down Cowboys. 13-yard completion from Tony Romo.
You know, you'd think the Lions would just lock one linebacker on Witten all the time. I mean, he has found that hole throughout this entire game.
Romo sideline, Witten again, and he hops out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:31 remaining. Picked up 4. It's 2nd down and 6. Meanwhile, if you're just joining us, and we've had a couple of audience do just that, Terrell Owens has not been a factor at all. Wasn't even thrown toward the entire first half. Has 3 catches, 21 yards. As he and the Cowboys play in their 13th game of what is basically a career year for T.O. Lions have shut him down. Quick throw to Owens behind him and dropped. 3rd down and 6.
You know, the Lions, they like to play that outside leverage, so really a pretty easy throw there to make, and you know, a ball that Terrell Owens will normally catch. If he's able to make this catch, he had some room to run. You know, again, Tony Romo would like to have that thing out in front of him, no question, but that throw really has been there throughout the day. They've just not taken it.
3rd and 6. Ball's knocked away. Kicked around and recovered by Dallas. Downfield, it was Kyle Kozar who fell on top of it. And the clock continues to run.
Well, Jared DeVries comes in behind, and then it looked like it might have been Corey Redding who was able to get the ball out of Romo's hand.
It's 4th down here. 4th and 6. Romo underneath to Barber. First down, Dallas. Well, we know Greg Blue is a hitter. The safety came up and stuck Marion Barber, but with under 50 seconds left, it's a first down for the Cowboys, who will clock it. 2nd and 10 with 43 seconds left.
Now going back to that last play, there you see it was Jared DeVries who actually got the ball out, and then Lennon was in a position to just fall on it, and they win the game.
They just threw a flag. Just now threw a flag after the ball was clocked, and you wonder if maybe Detroit had too many on.
5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
So a free 5 yards with the clock stopped, 43 seconds left. And we take a look and try and count them up.
There it is, all 12.
It's 1st and 5. Romo's in trouble. Rodgers won't catch him. Witten underneath with a catch, and he is out of bounds with a first down. 34 seconds left. This has almost the same feeling here in the last minute, like the game on Monday night with the Ravens and the New England Patriots. As you were waiting for Brady to get it done for New England, you're almost sitting around waiting for Tony Romo to make it happen for Dallas.
Yeah, and I don't know what that was by Travis Fisher, at corner, when what the Lions need to do defensively is keep the Cowboys in bounds. A great job by Jason Witten knowing what he needed to do to get out of bounds. Right now, the time is the biggest enemy for the Cowboys.
Romo steps up, throws, and hits Sam Hurd in stride, out of bounds at the 20 with 28 seconds left.
A good route by Sam Hurd, and an even better throw by Tony Romo. You're going to see they run into the corner route here, and Devontae Edwards on coverage, and Romo puts that ball perfectly out on the sidelines. So again, they're able to get a pretty good chunk and then stop the clock.
Kitna can just watch with the rest of you. 28 seconds left. They may review that last catch. The line judge came running in.
The previous play is going to be reviewed.
Sam Hurd, the question is, did he make the catch and get both feet down? Catch is made. His right foot is down. His left foot is down. To me, that looks like a catch, but then you can get into the question of whether you need to count that right foot again.
Yeah, I think we have to take a look and see exactly when it was that he had possession. From what I saw, Joe, I'll be honest with you, it looked like when he had possession, his right foot did not come down.
See, I think his right foot is down as he has the ball secured right there. And
I
then
agree.
the other foot.
No, I agree. You're right. He had both feet down. But, as they should, that's why instant replay is in. I know that there's some people that get upset because they don't replay enough of those situations and review them, but I agree with you. I think he got both feet in, and I also think it's good that the officials are stopping the play and they're going to review it and make sure.
Here's the call right away from Jerry Austin.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. A completed catch.
So it's a 16-yard reception and a 1st and 10 at the 20 for Dallas. No timeouts and 28 seconds left to try and up their record to 12-1.
Well, depending on what they do here, if the Lions keep the Cowboys, if there's a completion and they keep the clock running, Dallas will get only 2 more plays after that. But they've just not been able to keep him in bounds.
Romo with time underneath. It's Marion Barber who needs to get out of bounds. He does. 22 seconds left, a gain of 4. The ball's at the 16-yard line, and right now the key play is the 35-yard field goal try by Hansen that was pushed wide to the right. Cowboys went down the field, got the ball literally just outside the goal line when Jason Witten fumbled. Dallas defense finally made a stop. And here are the Cowboys with their final chance. Romo fakes the handoff. Witten, touchdown Dallas. The legend continues to grow for Tony Romo.
It's a great job by Tony Romo and this Cowboys offense, just knowing what they needed to do in order to get themselves in a position to where they could take a shot then into the end zone because they didn't have any timeouts. And it's only fitting that Jason Witten was the guy who was on the receiving end of that.
And now the rookie Nick Folk with the extra point. He has not missed all season to give the Dallas Cowboys the lead. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. And the Dallas Cowboys are out in front. "18 seconds remain here in Detroit." Jason Witten has had a career day. Makes up for a fumble at the goal line in this fourth quarter with his 15th catch, a 16-yard completion. And the Cowboys went down the field with a drive that started at their own 17-yard line. No timeouts, just over 2 minutes left. And like Tom Brady did on Monday night, Tony Romo does the following Sunday afternoon. Gets his team into the end zone, and Dallas has their first lead of the day with 18 seconds left.
Oh, what a great job on their part. Now, Detroit still obviously has enough time to try to get into a position, but, you know, they just allowed Jason Witten to run free off the line of scrimmage, and anytime you do that, you're going to have some problems. I think that drive speaks volumes for Tony Romo and this Cowboys team. When you've been down and you make the plays you have to make late in a game to give yourself a chance to win. That's what championship teams do.
Brandon Middleton just added to the roster, takes it from inside the 5. He needs a big return. There's nowhere to go. Gets to the 16, and that is it. And now only 11 seconds remain, and this would be heartbreaking for a Lions team that started 6-2. They're staring at their 5th straight defeat, and Jason Witten is a big reason why. It's a 1-point Dallas lead here with just over 10 seconds to play.
You know, it's just interesting, Jason Witten's game. A lot of those completions were 12, 14-yard completions, and then they finally get the shot up the seam when it mattered most for the touchdown to take the lead.
Everybody dropping deep for Dallas. The pass incomplete. Now only 6 seconds remain.
Yeah, and the only thing they can do now is, is catch a ball and then flip it around a little bit and get it into the end zone, because they're not going to be able to complete anything and have a chance to get lined up for a field goal, regardless of the fact that they have 3 timeouts. The clock will run out. So, I mean, they've got to do something pretty creative here and throw the ball around as best they can without getting tackled.
How about this comeback for Tony Romo and taking his team down the field? Underneath, Kevin Jones trying to run with it before he caught it. Now only 2 seconds left, and Tony Romo's brilliant season just continues, and this Dallas team is 2 seconds away from continuing the best start in the history of this proud franchise at 12-1.
Well, we said it coming in, Joe. I mean, when you've got a quarterback that's playing at the level that Tony Romo has played at throughout this season, you're going to win a lot of football games. You know, there's a lot of other people that are playing really well, and there's a lot of other people that are involved. Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett, and a lot of others. But still, this team's not where they're at if Tony Romo's not doing what he's done.
And for good measure, knocked out of the hand of Kidna. This game is over. The Dallas Cowboys get that last play from Greg Ellis, and Tony Romo hops off the field with a 1-point victory here in Detroit. 12-1. the division for the first time since 1998. Congratulations to the Cowboys, Tony Romo, and a tough loss for Rod Marinelli and the Lions to swallow here at home today. There's that last big throw from Romo, 16 yards to Witten, a career day for the tight end for Dallas. We'll come back, 28-27, Cowboys win.